Mike Owens here, joined today by the number 3rd ranked UFC welterweight, or the number 1 contender, depending on how you look at him. It's Belal, the remember the name Muhammad. Belal, pleasure to get your time today. How are things are you today?
I'm good, brother. Thank you, man. Yeah, we'll say number 1 contender. That sounds way better than number 3, anything.
It does, 100%. Well, I know over the last few weeks and months, you've been doing a lot of traveling. I saw you were spent some time in Boston. I believe you were also in Singapore as well on UFC duties. How has the last few months been in the life of the bully?
It's been fun, man. Just getting some work in. Like, being at those events, you get to meet a bunch of different fans, different people. And for those fans, too, they get to see a different side of you. Because usually when I'm at a fight events, I'm fighting, right? I'm cutting weight. I'm in a different type of mood. So when I'm not in a camp and I'm actually meeting the fans and they see the funny side, the happy side of me, and I'm not hangry, it's always great. Because they always had to leave with that, that different image of you. Like, oh, man, you're so fun. You're so cool. And that's always my goal whenever I meet somebody new.
Is there a place you haven't watched fights in the world that you would like to one day?
I actually have never been to Brazil. I would love to go to Brazil, but I got to stop fighting these Brazilian fighters because they're gonna start thinking that I hate Brazil. But I do love Brazil.
I love it. I did want to get this off straight away because I know we spoke off camera, but Dana White obviously came out last week and said that Belal Muhammad has a fight. Yes or no? Is that true? Do you have a fight? I know you can't talk about specifics, but is that?
I mean, to me, I do have a fight. I'm the number 1 contender, so like I'm training for Colby and Leon. So right now, that's specifically my fight and my opponent. So hoping that I stay ready and it's going to pay off because if one of these guys pull out, I'll be there.
I did see on your latest Instagram post, the comment was, "I knew." Are you training in the event that you will be fighting on the December 16th for the welterweight title?
Yeah, 100%. And I think that regardless, whenever I get the title fight, it's going to be new. Whoever I fight, whether it's one of these guys or even Sean Strickland at 185, I think I'm the best fighter out of both weight classes.
That's interesting that you mentioned Sean Strickland because I know that you have a good friend of mine, a mutual friend in Eric Nixick, and I know that you've trained together. Was the thought of going up to 185, was that a possibility, an actual possibility, or is that just tongue-in-cheek via Twitter?
No, I love Eric Nixick for sure. And I always tell him, like, bro, if I fight Sean Strickland, are you going to corner against me? And he's like, yeah, I have to. And it's like, no, it's not tongue-in-cheek. My love for Eric Nixick doesn't it's not bigger than my hate for Sean Strickland. Like, I would definitely want to punch Sean Strickland in the face. So if they ever offer me that fight, it'll be like a no-brainer. Have
you guys trained together? Have you actually sparred or done any actual kind of intimate work together, you and Strickland?
No, not with Strickland. I've worked with Eric Nixick a lot. Anytime I'm in Vegas, I try to get work with him. He's definitely one of the best coaches in the world. And it'll break my heart to see him in the opposite corner. But it'll make me that much happier to freaking put my fist through Sean Strickland's face.
Is there a specific reason why you've got a beef with Strickland, or is it just your personalities clash?
There's just something about his face. Like when you look at it, how can you not want to punch him in his face? I think that plays a huge part in it.
100%. Do you think there is a possibility that you will fight again, if the title notwithstanding? Do you think there is a possibility that you will fight in 2023 again, or is it a case of if the title fight doesn't come off on December 16th, then it's 2024 for you?
I mean, right now we're looking at it and hoping for that date, the December 23rd. But anything's possible, right? We're in the UFC. It's a business. I'm a prize fighter, so if the prize is big enough, I can definitely fight anybody.
What kind of mentality, what mental state are you in at the moment? Because you're talking about you're preparing to fight on December 16th, but technically speaking, as currently you're not scheduled on the card. How do you kind of keep your emotions in check, being in such a strange position, given that you're preparing to fight, but not actually scheduled to face anybody?
I mean, it's easier, right? Because now both these guys are southpaws, so it's easier to train for them. I'm not training specifically for either one of them because, like, I don't really think I need to train for Colby. Colby's an easier fight. So right now we're specifically focused on Leon and trying to break him down and figuring out what his weaknesses are and his strengths are. If I'm going to fight Colby, I can go for like a light jog and I'll be ready to fight him because all he does is just has cardio, has no punching power. His wrestling's trash. I'm better than him everywhere else. So it'll just be focused specifically on, all right, Leon strikes like this. He breaks like this. So we're going to get him to that breaking point.
If you do fight Leon either in December or in 2024, how beneficial were those 5.5, 6 minutes that you shared with him in the cage about a couple of years ago?
I mean, those 5 minutes were really nothing because, like, I took that fight on 2 weeks' notice. So for me, it didn't really mean anything because it wasn't a camp at all. It was my first main event that gave me the experience of that. All right, it's a big main event fight, but it's beneficial in a way because now I have a reason to hate him. I have a reason to dislike the guy, like for a fight to end like that, and for him not to give me the rematch and to just like look past me. Now I have a hatred for the guy. The last guy I had a hatred for was Sean Brady. Everybody else I fought was nicer guys, and it was like hard for me to wake up to want to punch those guys in the face. Sean Brady was easy, right? I don't like Philly. I don't like Sean. And I ended up finishing him. So like for either one of these guys, Colby or Leon, it'll be an easy transition to punch these guys in the face. I won't have to like wake up. So me, now that I'm training, for either one of those two guys, like I'm just gonna be the best version of myself. I'm gonna keep growing, and showing a different style, different version of myself as I do every single one of my fights.
Yeah, no, 100%. You've mentioned your dislike for both men. I'm going to ask you plainly and simply, which one do you dislike more?
I definitely dislike Colby more. I've been calling out Colby for years, right? He's been running for years. The UFC has been protecting him for years. They haven't given him a tough opponent unless it was a title fight, right? So I think I definitely hate Colby more, but I would want the Leon fight more just because he does have a long streak. He did beat Uthman twice, and me beating him and finishing him will put my resume neck and neck with GSP, who people think is the best welterweight to ever do it.
More kind of like critical acclaim, if you like.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. I did want to mention, now it's kind of official. I think anybody who's, dare I say, got a brain in combat sports, look at your recent record and look at Colby Covington's recent record and see who should be fighting for the title. What are your emotions now that fight is officially booked and you're either the potential fill-in on short notice or you'll be fighting the winner?
It's like a sense of relief because it was like they told me before the Gilbertburns fight that whoever wins this fight is going to fight after Colby. So we knew for a while that we would have to wait for this fight. And it was just, what's taking this fight so long? Why haven't they booked it yet? They wanted to do Abu Dhabi. They wanted to do London. They haven't did it. And that was the annoying part because I'm like, all right, how long am I going to have to wait? Now that they have a date, it's like, all right, finally. Now we have a time frame of when we'll be fighting. But both of these guys, honestly, they don't like to fight, right? They sit out for long times and they don't really care. So like I just have to be patient enough and have my team and coaches to keep me active enough in the training room, in the practice room, where like I'm not like getting antsy and I'm like, yo, all right, let's just take a fight.
Have the UFC communicated to you that you're still the number one contender? You're going to be the winner of this fight. Have they communicated that to you recently, or is the last time that was said was prior to the Burns fight?
No, yeah, 100%. We definitely communicated to them recently. They said you're next, but it's like just know that but neither of these guys like to fight. Like they're not real fighters. They don't want to do it. So you just got to be ready to wait if you're willing to. And we've seen it work out for a lot of guys, right? Sean O'Malley waited a year, ended up coming down, winning the belt. We've seen Leonedwards sit out 2 years, come back, win the belt. And for me, I'm a guy that's always in a practice room. I'm always trying to get better and be a better version of myself, best version of myself. So I'm only training for two specific guys. So that next version of me is going to be the best version these guys ever seen. And the version of me now is on a 10-fight winning streak. So what do you think the next best version of me is going to be?
Yeah, no, 100%. Look, obviously, there can be a lot of potential reasons why Colby's got the shot over you. Maybe star power, maybe pay-per-views. And I'm just surmising there. I'm not saying that's true. That's just how business.
But people use that excuse, right? People have that excuse and they say that and they think, oh, star power, this, and this. But like when you're looking at the card that they have right now for December 22nd, like you have Wonderboy against Shavkat, you have iangarry on there against Luque. Like that's an amazing card. Like there's no star power that you need for this. If Colby was such a star, they would have him against Leon and nothing else underneath it. Like if that could sell anything, but he's not. Like Colby sells with guys that are stars. Like Uthman's a star, so he's going to go back and forth with them. So it's going to create drama. Masvidal is going to create drama with him. Leon's not going to say nothing to him. Leon's even now is not saying nothing to him. Not coming out in the media, not doing interviews. Leon doesn't like interviews, so there's not going to be any crazy buildup. Leon's not going to fake it. Colby's going to for sure fake anything he can to create drama, but there's nothing there. So that's why you see him reaching and trying to call out Islam, trying to call out Strickland, trying to call out all these guys because it's going to create headlines. Like, oh my God, Colby says that he could knock out GSP in one punch, and people are going to write 10 articles about it because that's the society we live in. That's the Twitter world we live in because everybody wants these clicks. But real fighters know that Colby sucks. I know that Colby sucks. Colby's not going to win this fight.
No, I completely agree with you. I wasn't saying that I agree with that. I guess what the point I was going to say is what do you think is the reason why Colby has got the fight?
I think just because they dropped the charges on Masvidal. There's no other reason for it. You know, both those guys were out because they had to go to court. Masvidal all of a sudden is free to fight now. Colby all of a sudden doesn't have brain damage, and they both have fights. So it tells me that, all right, well, you let Masvidal fight, we'll give you the title fight, and there, it's guaranteed.
Yeah, 100%. You mentioned the other two welterweight fights on 296 as well, Iangarry versus Luque and Shavkat versus Wonderboy. You got 6 and 7 and 10 versus 11. Of those 4 fighters, who do you predict will have the biggest night, if you like, in Las Vegas at 296?
Man, I think those are definitely exciting fights. I think Ian will definitely try to make the most noise, but I think if Shavkat could get a finish over a guy like Wonderboy, that would definitely be huge because he'll be at the time 18-0, 18 finishes. So I think, and then Wonderboy come out there and prove the whole world wrong. And I think that fight will be on the feet. So if he goes out there, I think Wonderboy's kickboxing is one of the best to ever do it in the division, right? And Shavkat does get hit. So Wonderboy go out there and get a finish or something. But also Luque, he just had a great performance against RDA. So there's a lot of stuff that can happen at that. But for me, I'm looking at it as there's nobody that could really skip me, right? Because I already beat Wonderboy and I already beat Luque. So if Ian ends up beating Luque, I already did that. If Shavkat beats Wonderboy, I already did that too.
Yeah, 100%. Talking about the fight, the title fight back at hand, who do you want to win the fight? Is there a style matchup that you go, I would rather fight that person in next? Is there a particular way that you're leaning in that regard?
I mean, I definitely think Colby's the easier fight for sure, and it'll be like a funner buildup because he'll actually like talk back and forth. But I would want to fight Leon just because the unfinished business we have, right? And just because it'll shut these people up, these trolls up that think, oh man, Leon won 4 minutes and 59 seconds of a fight, so he was going to win the next 21 minutes, right? That's not how fighting works. I think I'm going to go out there and fight Leon, and I think I'll get a finish, and I'll dominate him, and I'll show you guys what really would have happened.
I love it. And you mentioned a point there that I want to touch on is this kind of last 10, 11 fight streak that you've went on in the entirety of your whole entire career. You've shown this dramatic improvement fight over fight in a way that just a handful of fighters can do. Every fight that you watch, you can't, the guy can't mimic the guy from he's watching tape on because you're so different fight over fight. Is that something innate in your personal ability? Is that something that you and your coaches feel that you're good at? How were you able to improve so much fight over fight?
Just having the right people around me, right? Not the yes man that say, oh, we're on a 10-fight winning streak, we're doing everything right. Every single fight, we're looking at the stuff that we did wrong, the stuff that I'm watching fights every Saturday, right? And I'm looking at, oh man, I like the way this works. Let's try to add it into my thing. And there's not a lot of teams and coaches that allow their fighters to do that or add new stuff into their game or take stuff from other fighters. But my team, my coach, Valley Flow, Mike Valley, he's so good at it. And he's like, he sees what's winning from other teams and he'll bring it to us. Hey, this guy won this weekend. Let's try it, add it in. And I have that Bruce Lee mindset, right? Like if it's take the knowledge in, if it's good, keep it. If it's not, brush it off, but always bring the knowledge in. And I had that. I'm always trying to learn. I'm always trying to get better every single time. And there's not a lot of guys that are willing to do that. Like right now, they're on a 10-fight winning streak. These guys would be sitting down at home on the beach, chilling. But I just had 2 sessions of practice today, and I'm doing fight breakdowns, and I'm studying every single day. And that's all I do. I'm obsessed with the sport.
So it's more, in some ways, a mental advantage than a physical advantage. Would that be fair to say?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of fighters are dumb, right? They just want to go out there, brawl, and you know, it's all blood and guts. It's chicken fighting. Like, let's stand in front of each other and hit each other. But for me, it's like a game of chess. It's a strategy. I'm gonna look at what you're weak at. People will sit there and be like, "Oh man, you're a boring fighter. All you do is wrestle." My last 2 fights, all I did was strike. Now, what are you gonna say? Oh well, you know, this guy sucks at striking. Okay, this guy sucks at striking now. So when I'm the champion and I dominated every single person in the division, and I'm the best welterweight to ever do it, I want to see what they're gonna say.
Look, man, I say this from a place of love, but it's pretty clear that you, for some reason, get some unwarranted hate online. I don't know why the reason is. Can you tell me why you potentially think that is, and if there is a way to change that in the future?
I think I'm just beating every fighter's favorite fighter, right? Wonderboy is a nice guy in the world. He has a huge following. Gilbertburns is the nicest guy in the world. Sean Brady's nice guy, Luque's a nice guy, and I'm
Mhm.
going out there and I'm dominating these guys, and they're all thinking that I should have lost. Like every single fan, you look at every single time before the fight, you look at the comments. He's like, "Oh, Wonderboy's gonna spinning heel kick him. Damian Maia's gonna choke him out."
Mhm.
Then I go out there and dominate these guys. They're like, "What? Wait, what? Wait, how did that happen?" And how could he just be this good? Like he's not 7 feet tall. He's not the strongest guy in the world. He wasn't born a wrestler in Dagestan. Like, how the heck is this happening? And I think just people just don't understand how hard I work. My team does, my family does, and those are the people that only matter to me, right? Social media is fake to me.
Yeah, no, 100%. Last one from me, Belal. I know you're a busy man. I wanted to read you back a quote that you posted as a caption on one of your Instagram posts a couple of weeks ago. You said, "They'll overestimate me. Before they overrate me, they'll underestimate me." Can you tell me what that quote means to you in relation to the current position that you're in as alternate fighter to the welterweight title?
Yeah, man, just like exactly what I just said, right? Every single one of these fights, I'm underestimated. I'm always the underdog in every single one of these fights. Then after I win these fights, oh, he's overrated. He's trash. He's not really good here. All he does is wrestle. Then I'll strike these guys that are striking with some of the killers. Gilbertburns went to war with Khamzatchimaev, who's supposed to be this robot, and they had a battle back and forth. But now Gilbertburns' striking sucks. He's just a jiu-jitsu guy. Sean Brady's 15-0. He's supposed to be the strongest guy in the world, and I outmuscle him. And it's like, no, Sean Brady sucks. It was this or that. It's like there's always an excuse. Now I'm overrated. Like I don't deserve to be where I am. I'm on a 10-fight winning streak, but who did I really beat? Right? But those are all like the haters. Those are all the trolls, and I love that because it gives me the energy, it gives me the chip on my shoulder to keep beating these guys' favorite fighters.
I love it. Well, it was great to sit down with you today, Belal. I truly wish you the best of luck with this upcoming title fight. I hope that you get it because from me to you, I know that, and I know the real fans out there know that you're the one who deserves it. So thank you for your time today, and hopefully speak again before a title fight in December.
Thank you, my brother. Appreciate you, man. And Liverpool, tell Darren, tell he sucks.